Now then, welcome to another episode of Berardi and Coke from the Ought to Know Better podcast. It's a bit of an impromptu Berardi and Coke today because everyone's vanished. We've got last day syndrome. Everyone's gone crazy. They're either drunk or they're at weddings in Devon or, But luckily, Carl's come to save the day, and even though he was supposed to be hosting today, I'm going to let him off. But I'm very upset with him for having got a ticket for the game. But how are you doing, Carl?
I'm all right, Jay. Thanks, man. Yeah, it was a good old buzz at the game now today, to be honest with you. And I'm sitting outside the pub now, and it's pissing rain, so it's all good.
Well, you've got all of my sympathy, mate. Obviously, it must be terrible sat outside the pub after going to Elland Road.
I can tell by the tone of your voice that I definitely have all your sympathy there now. I can very much state that. What do you think of the game anyway, Jay?
Oh, do you know what? It were a bit of a mixed bag, wasn't it? Like, we looked good at times, like we have recently, and we looked a bit average at times. It were a bit up and down. But overall, I thought it were a pretty good performance. And to say that the lineup that we had out, obviously, were about half of our first choice lineup. Can't really complain, to be fair. What do you reckon?
Yeah. Well, I'd be honest with you.
Are you being harassed?
No, not at all. No. I thought the
He's been harassed.
Whatever.
This is what you get with live TV and live podcasts. Absolutely, mate. Absolutely.
I genuinely thought the lineup was a bit, but I'm glad to see Pablo and Berardi start.
Me too.
I thought that he could have taken them off a few minutes before before the 72nd minute or something like. But I thought the two of them played quite well and deserved the standing ovation that they got today. To be fair, and I feel that the 10,000 people within the stadium today definitely 100% Kev.
Jesus Christ. I can't really disagree with that. Jesus Christ.
There's only 6 of them here, so you'd wonder how they're making that much noise,
Well, that's what happens when you get all crazy people together in it and give them a few beers.
This is it. Yeah, absolutely. What was your take on the game?
Well, I mean, you asked me that already, so I don't know how many drinks you've had, but
sorry.
Jesus Christ. Hang on a minute, Carl.
No,
we've got a comment in.
Just Carl.
It's Jimmy.
Hi, Jimmy.
Here we go.
What's
Carl.
Jimmy saying?
Tell the boys to keep it down.
Oh, just stop. It looks like the 5-0 are going to pick up some young fella here now, and absolutely no need for it.
Okay.
We're in the thick of it here,
You're on location here, Carl. It's like Beirut. I mean, as I say, I don't think it were a vintage performance, but it wasn't terrible. I might just mute you for a second, Carl, just while I speak.
Yeah, mute me while you speak, yeah? Yeah, mute me while you speak.
They're killing me. And they've already upset Jimmy, so...
Right, calm it down then.
Ooh.
Oh, hang on.
5-0 here now.
You've got anything to say now, have you?
Oh, okay, interesting.
Hold on a second, hold on.
Okay.
Right.
Well, this is a first for
This is a first. I'll be honest with you,
on the podcast.
They can't take a joke. I am behaving. They just can't take a joke, I think, by the sounds of it.
Yeah, well, that's how it goes. Yes, so, I mean, I was going to talk about some stuff. I've completely lost where I was at. But yeah, I mean, I really enjoyed the send-off that they got. It were really nice, sort of how it were all done, and when he took them off so they could get the ovation and stuff like that. I've just muted you for a sec because I can hear people emptying bottles and all sorts. So yeah, I mean, it were a good ovation. It were nice what they got from the crowd and stuff. It were nice that they got to start the game. I mean, that Bielsa's is great. He's amazing. But you did wonder whether he'd still sort of go with his pure footballing head and say, nope, it's got to be the best team that plays. And they might not get to start, but just unmute you there. But yeah, they it were the right thing. It were the right lineup. I think it made everyone happy today.
Yeah, I think even Bielsa now today was kind of like in the form that he couldn't not play the pair of them from the start. I was just kind of disappointed that even though Cooper played, that he didn't give Pablo or Berardi, the armband for the first and the second half kind of thing, And
I saw on Twitter that he gave Pablo the armband. Is that not true?
Well, I don't know. I was in the stands, and I don't think he had given Pablo the armband. But
were you at the game, Carl, and not paying full attention when there's 10,000 of us that couldn't get a ticket? Because that would be very upsetting.
It wasn't that I wasn't paying attention, Jay. It's just that I've been out since 11:30. So
I see.
I'm taking the hit here and coming on as a live broadcast in the middle of Leeds City Centre.
You've absolutely taken one for the team today, Carl. I'll give you that.
Yeah, I'll try my best.
Absolutely, mate.
All in all, I think we did play quite well, and there was a few bits and bobs that probably could have gone in our favour a little bit more. But look, at the end of the day, it's a final game. We had nothing to play for. We were guaranteed top 10, and these things happen. You know what I mean? It's like I thought personally you should have left Berardi and Pablo on to maybe like the 85th minute, so we didn't have to sing for 27 minutes.
The singing was brilliant. Sounded amazing on the TV.
Well, that's I was going to ask you. It was like, well, what did it sound like on the TV? Did the atmosphere sound better than, say, the Southampton games or the Bournemouth playoff games? Or was that all right? Was it? Did we do you proud, Jay?
You did, mate. Do you proud? I'm actually, I'm an hard man to please, and I'm actually pleased today. So, you did a good job. You did a great job. Yeah.
Well, I like the sound of that. Yeah.
We got a comment from Jimmy there.
Jimmy, Jay was brilliant. Display everyone gave it. Yeah. I've had a few beers, Jimmy. Yeah. I'm going to be perfectly honest with you. If I didn't, who I'd feel let down by. So I did, Jimmy. Yeah. Had a few beers. Kept the Castlebar crew on the ball, and I thought, it's all right. Done all right.
You've certainly done your bit today, Carl. You've certainly done your bit.
Well, I'd like to think so.
Did you notice that elbow sort of thing from Cooper early doors? I don't know if it were an elbow or if he caught him with his arm now. I can't remember the incident properly, but I thought he were really lucky he didn't end up with a red card, because although I don't think he was trying to hurt him, he was just trying to sort of get his arms out. You know what they're like with us. You just expect everything to be pulled back to VAR.
But see, the thing is, as well, Jay, you got to look at it where we were playing last week, and Ward Prowse, even Jimmy said it on the pod in Off the Bar, that when Ward Prowse gave that elbow, there wasn't an awful lot in it, even though he wasn't guarding the ball. So I don't think you could give Cooper any worse than what Ward Prowse got that day.
But we don't always get consistency. That's the thing we seem to lack.
Well, you see, that's the problem. But today, I think it was more a case of that I think we played within the rules a little better, but I don't think Cooper merited anything more than what he got for what happened. I think it was protecting the ball like any other player. But I like you said, because it's Leeds, it's probably highlighted a little bit more. But overall, I thought everyone to a man played quite well today, and I don't know what the story is with Alioski at the moment or whatever, but the send-off that the two boys got, look, let's be honest, it was about them today. It wasn't about anything else. It didn't matter what else happened on the pitch or outside the ground or anything like that. But I think today was more about the two boys getting the proper send-off that they deserved.
Yeah, and absolutely.
I think they got it. I think it was definitely the way forward for them. And whatever people kind of like to think otherwise, well, let them think what they want, but we know what's got to happen.
Absolutely. I liked the little bit of interplay we got with Pablo and Dallas when they were doing little passes to each other, and Pablo did the back heel pass to him. That was great. I really enjoyed that. And the commentators on TV said it seemed like we were desperately trying to set Pablo up for a goal. It seemed like we were. and then for him to get taken off and then the penalty, that were heartbreaking, man.
That was the thing. Like, we were all standing in the south stand going, you know what? We want Pablo to score. And then when he got taken off and the penalty got given, we were like, just bring him back on. Just bring him back on for the crack. And just let him have that last goal. Just do it for him. Like, you know what I mean? And it's like, it's like, what are you going to do? Like, you know, it's a dead rubber game. Just bring the guy back on, let him have the penalty and take him off again. Head substitution, you know, concussion substitution. Just do it for Pablo. Whoever got the penalty, or it doesn't matter. Just say you've got a headache and you went down. Just let Pablo come on for a concussion sub. Just keel over, take him for the team, and let Pablo do it. Like, but at the same time, you kind of look at it and go, well, that's just increased Bamford's chances of, you know, making the England Euro squad. Like, you know what I mean? You would, like, but the fact that they're, you know, looking at bringing Ollie Watkins in, like, don't get me wrong, I'm not slating Ollie Watkins. He's a good player, but what's the definition of bringing a player in to an England squad who scored less goals than another striker? I don't get that understanding behind it. So
I can potentially see him thinking that Watkins is younger, maybe, and he'll have more time with the team and all of that. But no, I think at the moment you need to be looking at here and now. And Bamford's not exactly ancient, is he? He's 27 or something.
27, man. That's not old in any footballer terms. To be fair,
Michael Rickett's got a cap, for fuck's sake. He deserves calling up.
Yeah, Michael Rickett's got a cap, and then we bought him. So you know what I mean? Like,
oh, Christ almighty.
You got to give Bamford a chance at least. You know what I mean? Like, they're going to have maybe a couple of friendly games probably before the tournament starts. Just bring him in, see what he can do. Not to say that you're not, you know, you're going to bring him to the Euros with the full squad or whatever, but you got to at least give him the chance to show what he can do.
Look at him,
I think so. Like, and if you've got the likes of Calvin playing in behind him now, I don't know what happened with Calvin at the end. I don't know how bad his shoulder is. Or
didn't look
there
good.
There was talk of him being out for the Euros or whatever. But if you've got Calvin in behind and he knows where Bamford's going to run, then just play a player that knows where your striker is going to be. And that just adds to goals straight off the bat. Like, you're not going to, you know, if you know where your striker is, and you've got a ball-playing midfielder like Calvin, then why not stick him on the pitch? It's like it's the same kind of argument for having Jackie Harrison there. Like,
yeah, absolutely.
You know, Phillips knows where he's going to be every time he gets the ball. It's like that first season when Phillips got interviewed and someone turned around in the interview from Sky and said, how do you know how to play the perfect pass every time? And he goes, well, I just look for Pablo Hernandez and that's it. Like, so if Calvin has that mentality, then, you know, why can't he look for Jackie Harrison, or why can't he look for Pat Bamford in them forward positions to be able to maximise England's outgoing from an attacking formation? You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Like, you've seen it before where you had all them scum players and playing in the one team, and it was strictly because Beckham knew where, say, Scholes was going to be. Beckham knew where, you know, Andy Cole was going to be if they were playing in the England team, whatever. You know, it's the same principle. I think Charlie Austin hit it on the head when he was on Talk Sport there during the week. And he said that he feels that the reason Bamford isn't getting the game is because it's the stuck-up mentality that he's not playing for one of the big six. He's playing for Leeds, and that's why he's not getting in. And you kind of have to look at it in a way and go, yeah, maybe it is because he's not getting that chance, but he's the second highest English goal scorer in the Premier League.
I mean, I can see that way of thinking, but how's Watkins getting in if that's the case? Do you know what I mean? Unless they know something we don't, and he's going to move. Who knows?
Yeah, but I
could see Spurs going for someone like him when Kane leaves because they're not going to get a top-level striker.
They're not, but at the same time, if you put Watkins in the Spurs team, he's not going to make the Euros because he's not going to be an individual. No, but like when you look at it, he's not going to be individually really good in a Spurs team because there's way better players around him.
Yeah, absolutely.
But the likes of Bamford in our team, he's individually good because everyone plays the same way and plays the same kind of style of football. So you kind of like, I'm just grabbing cover. You look at it that way. I'm basically sheltering under like the new conservatory teepees here because, well, fuck it, it's raining.
Yeah, why not?
But yeah, I think like if you're going to put like back in the day where you put the scrum players in and you put Liverpool players in that kind of work off each other.
Yeah.
Why can't it work now? Why can't you put Bamford in there with Harrison and Phillips? You know, you've got three players like that. You're always looking to play the spine of a team at their best level, and I think having those three players in who know each other's game plan, know each other's movement off the ball. Like you saw Phillips there against Burnley last week, where like it was funny. I read an interview where Pat Bamford basically said he chatted to Calv after the game, and he's come out and basically said, "Look, Calvin came up to me and was like, I'm so fucking tired. I just thought I'm just gonna fucking leather this out to Jackie, and whatever happens, happens." That's not to take away from his pass, but if he's knackered and he can do a pass like that, why wouldn't you have him in the England team? They're the kind of players that you want in the England team. I'm not even fucking English. I like, and I'm campaigning for these players to be in team. Like, you know what I mean? It's like
you can't not, can you? They deserve it.
Yeah.
I'm sick of this Declan Rice shit, man. He's not better than Calvin.
Yeah, but the other side of the coin is, you off?
Yeah, I'll get off.
All right, I'll let you know Tuesday, yeah? You're right, but the fact that Declan Rice, I don't think he plays the same way as Calvin, personally. I think the way he does things is a little bit more reserved, whereas he'll pick a safe pass where Calvin will see that pass out to Jack.
Yeah.
From Burnley, and he'll do it.
More of a Southgate player.
Who, Declan Rice?
Yeah.
Well, if you're going to put it like that, I'd thoroughly say so. Like, but
Mr. Sensible and cautious.
Yeah, but you don't want that in international football. If you're going to go full tongue at it, you want to have players there that the rest of the team feels confident in going, right, if he has the ball, I know I can absolutely bail it down here, down the wing, or I can bail it down the middle. And I know that ball is going to come to me within at least two passes, whether it be out wide and then you get it as a striker, or whether it be a direct pass.
Yeah.
And I think Calvin offers that a little bit more than Declan Rice does. But look, we're not the managers of the England team, and quite frankly, I'm not going to say I do a better job than Southgate, but you know what I mean? I think you gotta take your rose-tinted glasses off sometimes and just look at the players that you have at your disposal and understand that these are the players that you're going to need.
Yeah.
And I think Calvin 100% proves that point. And I think the way he links up with Jack and with Bamford, there's absolutely no reason as to why he shouldn't be like that. There's no reason why the three of them shouldn't be in there. But again, I'm just one person on a podcast talking about my opinion. I'm not even English, and these are my views on the England team. Like, I'll probably get slated for this later. Like,
well, probably so, mate. Probably so. You'd expect nothing less, would you?
No, I don't think so. Like, I think we put ourselves out here on a live stream to be kind of baited at here and there. Like, but
it's what happens, isn't it? I mean, at least for like you, it'll be from people like outside of the podcast. Whereas for me, it's just Luke giving me it all the time. So,
Look, Sean Dyche couldn't get in here today.
Yeah, so that's right.
Look, let's leave Sean Dyche alone today.
It'd be hammered now, lad. I don't know what Gilly's doing, but
Gilly's getting shifted out of Billy Square. What's Gilly said there? Carl, keep it down about Bamford playing for England. Ireland needs him. Jimmy, I'm going to be perfectly honest with Jimmy. If he was going to sign for Leeds or Ireland, he'd have probably done it by now.
But, I think so. I think so. Like he's hanging on, isn't he, for that England call?
I think he is now at this stage. There was a chance last year when we were in the Championship where he could have taken the invitation from Mick McCarthy, but I think that's dead in the water now at this stage. And as much as I'd love to see Patrick play for Ireland, I don't think the players are there to play around him the way he has. And it's a shame because he could potentially be a good player for Ireland. He could be one of them.
I'd hate to see him not play in national football, but you got to respect which country he's
absolutely. Like, and if it's his decision, it's his decision. Like, you wouldn't take that away from the man. But I think if he was going to play for Ireland, he'd have played for Ireland already.
I think there's plenty of friendlies. I think you're right.
Yeah, I think last season there was plenty of friendlies where he got the invite and he never took McCarthy or the new Irish manager on there. Like, if he was going to do it, he'd have done it by now.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think personally,
it made me laugh watching the TV because near the end of the game, it was like the 82nd minute or something, and we've all season we've had the old Bielsa burnout thing that keeps getting mentioned and all this. But the commentator today said, I wrote this down because it made me laugh so much. Leeds continue to play as if they're plugged into the national grid.
But you know what? It's about bloody time that people have started recognising that there's no such thing as burnout with our team.
Yeah.
Like,
and I think that corner is being turned now.
Yeah, like even Clicky came out there 2 weeks ago and said, look, we're getting very fed up with this Bielsa burnout thing. It's not happening. So can you please shut up about it? Like, and you can see that they're getting annoyed with it because they believe in the fitness that they have. They believe in the system that they play. And for people to be questioning that, even now, and we play 8 games less than we did last season, it's like, you can't stand there and say, like last season, we didn't burn out. Like the season beforehand when we missed out with Derby in the playoffs, that wasn't physical burnout. That was mentality. We weren't ready to be in that position. Bielsa got us there, but we weren't ready to be in that position. And it was a mental burnout. It wasn't a physical burnout. And I think that's what a lot of these, I'm going to call them out. They're amateurs. Amateurs when it comes to watching football.
Carl. Careful.
No, I don't care, man. They're amateurs. If they can't see after 2 seasons of 48 games coming into a 38-game Premier League season where we've played 3 cup games in between, and you're saying we're going to burn out, you need to get your fucking head up.
And we've bolstered the team with 4 top-level signings.
4 international signings. Not just fucking bolstered it with signings. They're international signings.
Exactly.
And it's like they just need to get their fucking heads out of their arses and realise that they need to earn their money and do their proper research and not just be going off what some pundits have said. No, I'm not going to put any pundits in the spotlight here. But they really need to get their shit together. They really do. Like I think from when we played Spurs at Ellen Road and Rio Ferdinand came out at the end of it and went, we can't talk about Bielsa burnout. There's no sign of it. They're running stats to this and that. And I was like, well, lads, you should have known that at the start. This is the thing. That's what you call doing your job, is doing your research. And doing your research means that you're going to understand that 38 games isn't going to burn this team out. And if you don't understand that, then you shouldn't be in a job. Any other person who's giving out false shite like that in any other job gets sacked.
Yeah, exactly.
Why aren't these pundits getting sacked? You know what I mean?
They seem to be able to say and do whatever they want, and they just keep getting employed. And it doesn't make any sense. They don't seem to have any kind of insight in particular. Because, like you said, this is about rubbish, some of them. And you've got people coming out and saying stuff about us getting promoted because of COVID and all that kind of rubbish. And it's like, surely, the bare minimum you would do is 10 minutes of research on a team before you cover them.
Yeah.
And if people can't be asked doing that and they're getting paid all that money, maybe they shouldn't be doing the job, like you say.
But this is the thing, Jay. It's like, why employ people like that? Why not just get your everyday fan on who can give a good in-depth review or preview of a game without being biased or anything like that, or listening to the shite that's going on? Like, we've got what's his name, the West Ham fan. What's his name? He comes on quite a bit.
The lad that comes on with us.
Yeah.
I can't remember, to be honest with you. I can't remember anyone's bloody name at this point in time.
I'm having a serious brain fart here, but
well, I'm on vodka, so I've got an excuse.
All right, fair enough. But like he comes on and he's very, very kind of neutral when it comes to anything he says, and everything that he says is worth a listen because he's not sitting on the fence. He's actually talking about the game as it's happening or what he expects to happen, and you can kind of relate to that. Whereas these pundits, man, they don't give games. They don't give their opinion on how they feel it's going to happen. They give their opinion on how games should go, depending on how badly their analysis is of a team.
Yeah.
Essentially. Yeah. So it's like people go, "Oh, Leeds, Bielsa burnout, blah blah," and they'll work with that and they'll go with that. And it's only because we've beaten one of the big teams at home recently that they've kind of gone, "Oh, right, okay, maybe we were in the wrong all that time." And it's like, well, lads, I'm sorry, you're too fucking late because we've been telling you for 2 years now that's not what happens. Mentality.
They're all gushing about us next season, getting behind us. We don't want to hear it, do we?
No, I couldn't be fucking arsed with it now, if I'm being perfectly honest with you. If they get behind us next year, I'll be telling them all to fuck off. Because, no, seriously, like, there's no need for it. Like, they're just going to be like bandwagon fans. Like these, you know, I would never consider myself a super fan or anything like that, but you get like the plastic ones that come on board. Like every club gets it when they win the Premier League. But that's the way the pundits are going to be about us. Because they've seen, oh, right, okay, now all of a sudden Leeds are pretty good. We know what they're about. But you've had nearly 3 years to watch how good we are. That's
correct.
You've got no chance of clearing your name now. It's as simple as that. Like I don't know. I think they should just have a fans panel sometimes when it comes to the games because you get an honest opinion then. You don't get a corporate line. Yeah, you don't get a corporate line with it. And I think that's half the problem.
Maybe that's a new broadcast for next season for us where we commentate on the game.
Well, you never know. We could do halftime analysis and all that, man. We'd probably do a better job than half the flutes doing it now at the moment.
Well, yeah. You know what I mean? At least we'd know what we're on about, most of us.
Yeah. Well, that's because we watch the games. But a lot of football fans watch every game. They don't just watch their team. They watch every game and they understand how every team is playing and how they feel that they'll do.
Yeah.
But it's like when they watch us, they only watch us when we're on TV.
Yeah.
But they don't watch us outside of that. And they're kind of like, all right, they played shit this week. That's the burnout. And it's like, no, every team has a day off. Every team has a point when they just don't click.
Yeah, but absolutely. It happens.
Yeah. But to say that that's Bielsa burnout because they've watched us once. How are you earning the money you're earning, lads? It baffles me and it sickens my hole that they're doing it. They're stealing a living. They are.
They absolutely are, mate. They absolutely are.
Stealing a living.
Like Liverpool have had an awful season by their standards this year. Well, what are they saying about Klopp? We haven't heard anything about Klopp's claptrap, have we? Or like that, you know.
Oh no. You know,
because he's like the Messiah. They love him.
Yeah. His high-intensity, hardcore, full-metal German football doesn't seem to be working this season, but it's because they've had injuries. We've had our 4 signings this season, 4 of our signings this season on the pitch for 20-odd minutes.
Yeah.
All season together.
Exactly.
I'm not buying this whole
we've never,
Liverpool
at any point, really been full strength.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like next season, when we sign maybe 2, maybe 3 others in positions that we actually need. What are they going to say then? They'll absolutely shit themselves and go, where's this Leeds United team come from? And you're like, well, we've been here all the time. We've just added to what we've already fucking been battering everyone with already. Like, so,
absolutely.
You know, it's just a joke at the moment. I like today's performance. Granted, I am fairly steaming, like, but like, I still think we could have put maybe 4, 5, 6 past West Brom.
I thought I was going to get my 4-1 finally, Carl. I thought that against Burnley, and I thought it today.
Well, man, like, to be fair, the one week that I made a prediction.
Here, mate.
Yeah, I know. The 1 week I made a prediction, I managed to get it right. So that's me fucked for next season. Like,
well, that's it. You're going to be expected to get involved next season.
Well, I'm going to have to start putting money on next season after getting it right today. Like, so, you know.
Absolutely. Right. Well, we've managed to flog this for half an hour, even though none of the others have turned up. So I think we've done all right, to be honest.
I think
I'll let you go back to your beers, mate. You've not had a pint for half an hour, and I'm feeling bad for you now. So
don't feel bad for me. You've helped me sober up, Jay, man. Don't worry about it.
Oh, I'm good at that. I'll let you go, pal, and then I'll just wrap this up.
All right, man. Overall, I thought the game was quite good. Pablo and Berardi got a good send-off. I'd obviously like to see them back next season, but it's not going to happen.
Yeah, I'd love that.
I think Berra, I'd love to see him back in a coaching capacity because he seems to love the city. He's a photographer and he loves being around the area. You never know. We don't know what's going on there. He was meant to go away, but we don't know. He's just finished at the club in relation to playing.
Yeah, I think he really wants to go back to Italy, but give him the summer, let him think about what he's doing.
Yeah. Well, I don't think he's any mad rush. We'll see what happens. Andre and Victor might say, look, there's a place for you here, and we'll see what happens, man. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
I enjoyed today. It was really good atmosphere, considering there was only 10,000 people.
What was it like going back?
I was, honestly, I was proper giddy. Giddy.
I'm so jealous, man.
Man, we walked out to the stadium with a couple of cans just because not done that walk in a long time. But Jesus Christ, man, it was so good to be back. So good. Just to be able to get a win as well. Just kind of put the icing on the cake, really.
Ideal.
Yeah.
Was the bar open at half time? Oh man, I tipped you off. I hope you took your hip flask.
Man, I had my sad clown face on at half time when I found out that it wasn't open. Sad clown face.
But you were stood there like, fucking Jay was right.
Yeah, well, I'd never admit it, but yeah.
I know. I'm slightly smug about that, even though I know it must have sucked.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, you're sitting there with your fucking vodka and orange or whatever it is you're drinking, and you're like, smug as fuck. Bar wasn't 100%. Open, but I still had a pint.
But you still got to go. So I'm still jealous. I think you've won this one, to be fair. I'll let you go, mate. I'm gonna just wrap it up and bugger off. So you go back and have your beer.
Well, come here, tell me before I go, what did you think of the game, man? Just give us your insight into it.
Well, I mean, we talked about this at the start, didn't we? And as I say, it wasn't a vintage performance, but it was a solid performance. Never really looked in danger. The goal that we gave them were a bit stupid, but it's the end of the season. People are a bit switched off. I'll forgive it. Yeah. It were a bit shocking it was Calvin that did it, but there you go.
Can't be perfect all the time.
Cooper looked thoroughly fucked off when he did it as well. Like, what are you doing?
Need a clean fucking cheese.
But yeah, I mean, it's just one of them things. It happens. I were just glad to see us get the win. I was glad that we banged a few past them. It was nice to see Sam Allardyce stood on the sideline, powerless, with that sort of "the fuck do I do now" look on his face, you know. And
I didn't see it as clearly as you now, to be fair. But
it was glorious. I said to Stats this morning as well. It's really nice to get to the team that sends him down for his first relegation. You know, just like sees him off at the end.
Yeah. I like that. Yeah.
I did tweet during the game as well. I wonder how many West Brom fans at the start of the season were hoping that that'd be the game where they send us down. Do you know what I mean? And look at the differences between us. Look at the difference in the seasons we've had, and you know,
it's chalk and cheese, isn't it?
I would have said last season when we were in Championship with them that they had a stronger squad than us.
Yeah, but they did, man. We were just better footballing wise.
Yeah. So, you know, to see what Bielsa's done with our lads, and then we've added the right signings, and hopefully we'll do the same again this summer, and we'll step forward again. But when you look at it in contrast to what they've done, and Fulham, they both had stronger squads than us on paper.
Yeah.
And, you know, the difference is we've got God in charge of our team, so...
That's exactly it. I've just got a notification there saying I'm on 4% battery, so I'm going to have to go.
Oh, Jesus Christ. All right, mate, no worries. Cheers for coming on and joining me. I'll just show you this comment before you go.
Jay, it was a pleasure to
This one from
Jimmy. Nice one, Jimmy.
Gotta say, it's been awesome.
Yeah, we'll catch on Monday or Tuesday, Jimmy, for In Off the Bar, all right, for that last game, and you can give us your rundown of what you think of the performance all season.
Aye, Captain. Yeah, it's been awesome, Jimmy. Cheers for joining us, mate. And yeah, hopefully we get to carry it on next season. Carl, boys. I will let you go have your beer, and you keep your last 4% in case you get lost and wake up in a vineyard somewhere. All right, mate.
See you, man.
Catch you later.
Bye, bye.
Right, so that's it now. The chaos is over because it's just me. I'm not going to ramble on because, you know, I talk to myself enough without doing it for you lot to watch me. I just want to play this little video quickly before I go because this is from it's West Brom Fan TV or something. Just made me laugh when he said this. So here we go.
Manager in Marcelo Bielsa.
So there you go. We've got a brilliant manager in Marcelo Bielsa. So that's it. It's the last Berardi and Coke of the season. It's been a hell of a season. Had a really good time. It's been really awesome doing this with all the guys and girls that are involved. Everybody that's sort of helped us out. Stats, Jimmy, Jen jamming sax for the music, and 3 retro partners now. We will carry on doing podcasts during the close season. Not entirely sure what the content will be yet, but we'll come up with something. And I think we'll be doing the end of season podcast next week. So that'll probably be chaos because most of us are probably going to be on that. So look out for that one. And yeah, I just want to say cheers for joining me and have a good evening, everybody. Adios.